Hi, I want to show you some exciting things that you can do with children with this beautiful box of colored beads. Now, many of you in the Montessori early childhood world haven't probably used this. It's mostly been reserved for elementary. But through the good graces of Elizabeth Gaspari, I discovered a whole bunch of wonderful activities, and I'm going to show you a few that you can do with these beads. If you're following the traditional early childhood Montessori math curriculum, your child might have done the numerical rods, the spindle boxes, the shell game, all those things to make certain that they're solid in the numeration from 1 to 10, and then gone on to the decimal system where they learn what the functions of the operations are. So for example, the function of addition is putting together. Well, once the child knows that, there's several different places you can go, and this bead box is one of them. So I'm going to show you some simple addition. So let's say I have a little box or bag of equations, and the child can go fishing and they'll pull out one. It says 3 plus 5 equals. So the child will have gotten familiar, obviously, with the colors of these bead bars. Maybe through the bead stair, you will find different ways to do that. 3 plus 5. And once the children get to know the colors, they're just really quick at this. 3 plus 5 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 plus 5 equals 8. There you go. Then we'll turn this one upside down. Well, let's just say you might do a dozen of these of different equations, and then you can take it another step and write. So what I did is create little writing papers. And these are so much more effective than having the child have to do a worksheet, because this way it's very motivating. The child might want to do 10 or 20 or 30 of them, or he might want to do 2 or 3, and it doesn't really matter. You just want him to be really interested in what he's doing. So let's write our equation first. 3 plus 5 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it equals 8. Then the child might spend a week or two doing these equations with what we call horizontal addition. Then at a certain point in time, you can always tell when your child has kind of had enough and it's time to move on to something new. Then we have a different kind of equation. This one is called a vertical equation. 3 plus 5 equals. It's very important that children see that there's another way, because when they get into a traditional school and they're looking at a workbook page, the addition might be horizontal, it might be vertical, but it's the same thing, isn't it? So let's take 3 plus 5 equals 3 plus 5 equals. Now they might be able to spit it out, or they might need to count the beads. It doesn't really matter. This is all practice. It's going into the absorbent mind and helping them memorize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 plus 5 equals 8. And then we have a writing paper that mimics the the vertical kind of addition. So we'll write that. 3 plus 5 equals 8. So these activities are simple, they're easy to do. This box of beads is worth the investment. And I'd like to show you one more thing with these beads. And that is, I can do my tables. So let's say my child is been interested in the number 3. So let's do 3 plus 1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 3 plus 2 equals, now they might be able to know it, they might need to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. and so forth. You can build a whole table there, and these beads are just so adaptable for different things you can do. Enjoy.